And listen, they have one of the most epic carnivals or festivals in Germany. Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll be talking about 8 most expensive cities in Germany. Now, in the previous video that I made, I talked about cheapest cities in Germany. If you've not seen that video, I will leave it in the description box below, and I will also leave a card somewhere. You can watch that video after this one. In today's video, it's the most expensive cities to live in Germany, either as an international student, as a worker, as a single person, as a family, wherever you fall on this spectrum. These cities are expensive by German standards. Now, in the previous video that I made about cheapest cities, I already talked about rent being the biggest bulk of the expense that you will incur. Did I pronounce it properly this time? Anyway, rent will be the biggest part of the expense you will have every month, and the same thing goes for these cities that I'm about to mention as well. Speaking about rent, one of the things I talk about in my coaching program is what cities are best for you to move to considering your relocation budget and your finance and your circumstances. So if you're interested in finding out more, visit my website. I will leave a link in the description box below and sign up for a 30 minutes free consultation session. Now, all rental prices quoted in this video were gotten from Immobilien-Scout24.de. I wish they were sponsoring this video, but we're not there yet. Like the biggest German websites for renting properties and for even buying properties if you're interested in that kind of stuff. All the rents I'm going to mention are cold rent, so it excludes Nebenkosten. Nebenkosten is additional costs, so like your heating and water. The first city I'm going to talk about is Stuttgart. Stuttgart is the capital city of the state called Baden-Württemberg. I hope I pronounced it well. I'm sure the German people are going to come in my comments and tell me how to pronounce it properly. You guys, I love those. Please tell me how to pronounce these things properly. So, Stuttgart is the capital of Baden-Württemberg, and it has a population of over 600,000 people. And fun fact, public universities are no longer tuition free in this state. So as an international student, you have to pay a tuition fee of 1,500 per semester, which is still cheap if you compare it to the US, the UK, Australia, or even private universities in Germany. There are many international companies in Stuttgart, including Daimler, which is the producer of automotive vehicles like Mercedes, and also Porsche is also headquartered here in Stuttgart. Before, Munich used to be the most expensive city in Germany, but Stuttgart took that place. You guys, the German people that watch this video, you guys tell us why Stuttgart pushed away Munich from being the most expensive city in Germany. So the fact that they have a lot of international companies in this city also translates to many job opportunities as well. And they have very big and world-renowned universities such as University of Stuttgart, Stuttgart Media University, University of Hohenheim. I'm so proud that I could pronounce that properly. Stuttgart University of Applied Sciences, just to mention a few. Rent in Stuttgart starts from 520 euros for 20 to 33 square meters studio apartments unfurnished, depending on the location of course, and can go up from there. The next city on this list, of course, you know this list will not be complete if I do not mention Munich. Munich is not only known for its Oktoberfest, but it's also notoriously known as one of the most expensive, and used to be previously the most expensive city to live in Germany. Although Munich is the 3rd largest city in Germany with a population of 1.5 million people, it still has this small town feel to it in terms of, I don't know how to explain it. I was also in Munich myself, and I also felt this small town as like, it felt a bit small in comparison to Berlin, of course, even though it's the 3rd most popular city in Germany. When I visited Munich, I felt the crunch on my wallet, let me tell you guys. This place is expensive, especially if you're coming from somewhere like Berlin, where it's still relatively cheaper. When I was in Munich, I had the most expensive cookie of my life in Munich, and I was so pained. And the way I was eating that cookie, like my heart was cracking when I was eating that cookie. If you've not seen my Munich video, I will put it somewhere. I'll leave it in the description box. You can watch my time in Munich. I also made a video sharing my thoughts about what I think about Munich versus Berlin. If you've not seen that video, I'm going to leave it in the description box, and I will leave it in the card somewhere, and you can watch that video. I compared living in Berlin versus living in Munich. I'm leaving a lot of plugs for my video. You guys go and watch. Like, I've made lots of stuff. You guys go and watch them, okay? Rent in Munich starts from 750 euros for a 33 square meter studio apartment, or a room in a shared apartment. You can also pay 1,200 for a 34 square meter furnished studio apartment in Munich. Of course, depending on the location, the more central it is, the more expensive it's gonna be. The next city on this list is Hamburg. Hamburg has a special place in my heart. I spent the summer of 2018, I think, in Hamburg learning German, not trying to learn German. I was attending classes, learning German, and the weather was perfect. And because of that, I've romanticized Hamburg in my mind. But actually, in reality, Hamburg is usually grey, cold, and wet most of the time. Hamburg is located in the northern part of Germany, and it's a port city. It is the second most populous city in Germany with a population of 1.85 million people. The fact that it's a port city means that they are not strangers to foreigners. It is very multicultural. You will find a diverse range of people in Hamburg. However, I still felt like English is not as easily accessible in Hamburg as it is in Berlin, for example. So you would need, anywhere in Germany really, you would need it to be of the utmost benefit to you if you actually learn German. Rent in Hamburg will cost you anything from 460 euros for a 32 square meter studio apartment, furnished actually, which is actually quite nice. I think that's interesting. When I spent the summer in Hamburg, I stayed in a room in a shared apartment and I paid 500 euros. Yeah, 500 euros if I remember clearly, yeah. So I paid 500 euros for a room in a shared apartment for a whole month. The next city on this list is Frankfurt am Main. Yes, not Frankfurt Oder like in the previous video, but the main Frankfurt that everyone knows, where the international airport is. I feel like Frankfurt am Main is the wannabe New York of Germany in a different way, because it's the only city I think with so many skyscrapers. By German standards, that's quite unusual. Frankfurt am Main is located in the western part of Germany, and it's the financial capital of Germany. Also, it is one of the most important financial hubs in Europe. The German stock exchange is here, the European Central Bank is here, many financial institutions have their headquarters here, and it is the 5th most populous city in Germany. Rent in Frankfurt am Main can start from anything from 580 euros for an unfurnished studio apartment. And the description I found for this was luxus, so like it's supposed to be a luxury studio apartment and it's 21 square meters, I think, yeah. But you can also find a 40 square meter one-room apartment unfurnished for 700 euros as well. The next city on this list is Düsseldorf. Düsseldorf is a city in the western part of Germany in the state called North Rhine-Westphalia or North Rhine-Westphalia. It is considered one of the most fancy and fashionable cities in Germany. I don't know how true that is. You guys, the Germans watching this video, tell us if Düsseldorf is the fanciest and most fashionable city in Germany, true or false. In Düsseldorf, you will pay for a 26 square meter unfurnished studio apartment anything from 400 euros and upwards, and for a 34 square meters one room furnished apartment or studio apartment, you will pay from 800 euros upwards. The next city on this list is Heidelberg. Heidelberg is a city also in the state of Baden-Württemberg. It's a very picturesque and idyllic city, very beautiful, located in a valley. And it has a population of over 150,000 people and a student population of over 40,000 students. So 1 in every 4 person in Heidelberg is actually a student. This is one of the reasons why Heidelberg is known as a university town. Also the fact that the oldest university in Germany is located here, which is the University of Heidelberg. For a 13 square meters room in a shared apartment, you will pay from 430 euros upwards. And for a 35 square meters furnished one-room apartment, you will pay from 650 euros upwards. The next city on this list is Cologne. or Köln as they pronounce it in German. Cologne is located also in the western part of Germany in the state called North Rhine-Westphalia or North Rhine-Westphalia in English. It is the 4th largest city in Germany in terms of population. They have a population of 1 million people, slightly over. And listen, they have one of the most epic carnivals or festivals in Germany. Argue with your phone or your PC or whatever device you're using to watch this. I said what I said. They have one of the most epic carnivals and festivals in Germany, which is the Cologne Carnival. I was at the Cologne Carnival in 2016, I think. Yes, I was at the carnival in 2016 and it was so interesting and amazing. People were coming to like talk to you. The Cologne people are known in Germany generally to be the party people of Germany. For a 32 square meters, 1-room apartment or studio, depending on how you want to call it, you will pay anything from 400 upwards. Last but not the least expensive city on this list is Berlin. I know people always say Berlin is cheap, but that's not true anymore. Berlin is the capital of Germany and the most populous and most metropolitan city in Germany with a population of 3.5 million people. Berlin used to be known as a very cheap city, but that's not the case anymore. For some reason, it seems like the whole world decided to move to Berlin, and with more people coming in, of course, the rental prices go up and up. So last year and the year before, the Berlin state government tried to come in and regulate the prices because they were just going crazy. And for a limited period of time, there was a rental cap. But this year, the High Court decided to kick the law out and said that the state of Berlin does not have the capacity on a state level or the legal standing on a state level to interfere with rental prices because it is already done at the federal level. So we are back to where we started, and rent in Berlin is getting crazier and crazier. So in Berlin, you will find, if you're lucky, you will find somewhere cheap. In Berlin, you will find for a furnished room in a shared apartment, you will find anything from 450 euros to 500 euros to 600 euros. I've even seen some going for 700 euros, which is crazy to me for a room in a shared apartment. But this is something that you can actually see going on in Berlin. So with that, I've come to the end of my video. Thank you very much, you guys, for watching. And I appreciate those who always come and leave a comment and a like. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And don't forget, if you're interested in studying or working in Germany, you can visit my website and sign up for a 30 minutes free consultation session for my Moving to Germany coaching program. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.